Probably gonna stop after this cutscene. I have food in my kitchen, but I'm streaming right now.
Dear friends, pray accept my heartfelt thanks for your efforts in defense of Gridania's borders.
I have some
I would fain
curry.
dwell longer on my gratitude for the support of the Alliance, but the situation at Belsar's wall demands that we forego such pleasantries.
The last time I did that, Sasha, you called me out that I shouldn't do it. You can't decide what you want me to do.
According to our most recent intelligence, the cocoon of light that formed in the air above the wall remains undimmed and unbroken. After measuring the cocoon's etheric concentrations, Archon Y'shtola has confirmed the presence of a primal entity.
So we must assume that Ilbert's thrice damned god is indeed trapped within. And what news of the Imperials? They're not like to ignore such a spectacle.
Sir, a Garlean airship was observed making an approach, but the vessel was destroyed when it drew near. The Empire appears to have made no subsequent attempts to reach the object.
The soldiers who witnessed the incident spoke of a lance of light issuing from within the cocoon, of an entire warship being reduced to smoking ruin in the space of a moment.
If you want to know how it is
Veterans
going
of
further, I can
Carteneau,
get
meanwhile,
into it.
likened the destruction to that wrought by the fiery wrath of Bahamut.
We could face another calamity.
So the Primal is awake then? Contained, yes, but for how long? We must destroy it now, lest it break free.
Agreed. There is, however, the small matter of how to get close enough to a being that swats warships from the sky as you would a bothersome gnat.
Yes, that's... Yes?
Is this truly so complex a puzzle? Or have you no stomach for the
Oh.
obvious solution?
Oh, you don't need to make that question marks. We already know who that is.
What in the hells are you doing here?
I told you he was from the Sid story part.
A pleasure
So
to
much
see
I
you
remembered
too,
his
Garland.
name.
Now, if you'd be so kind as to explain to these good people why you should be begging me for my assistance, that would be most appreciated.
Side-eye. Bombastic side-eye. Like I am.
Who is this man?
Oh, how terrifically rude of me. Nero Tolskeva, former tribunus of the 14th Legion of the Garlean Empire. These days, however, one might say that I'm something of a free agent.
What do you want, Nero?
I was getting to that. Although you already know what I'm about to propose, old friend. As you have rather belatedly realized, within that frail binding lurks an entity alike in strength to the great Bahamut, and the only force in existence which might conceivably contend with such a foe is the very creation which captured the Elder Primal in the first place. I speak, of course, of Omega.
So have one primal that can destroy your world be taken care of with another primal that probably also can destroy your world.
Omega? That hulk has been gathering dust beneath the plains of Cartanau since the Allagans breathed their last. And none alive knows how to wake it.
I'm sorry. Do you understand who it is with whom you have the privilege of speaking? I'm Nero Tolskeva, Master Engineer, the mechanical genius who restored the Ultima weapon to full operational capacity.
Look, it's the
And as luck
ultimate
would
life
have
form
it,
again.
I'm graciously
hear that,
offering
Ursula?
you the use of my considerable expertise.
And what, you just expect us to accept? You're a fool if you think your deeds at the Crystal Tower are enough to win my trust, Nero.
Trust? You wound me, Garland. All those years, studying side by side at the Academy, sharing both trial and triumph, we were countrymen once, you and I.
Mm-hmm.
But sentiment aside, have you a better solution? Or do you mean to send in your vaunted hero there, as you always do, and pray the world is not engulfed in flame?
So far, I always saved this world, so my track record is really good.
Let us approach the problem in a rational manner. Does not the fact that Omega slumbers in stasis point to the existence of some overriding technology? A means of control?
I would ask a question, if I may. Nero, was it not? In the event that we succeeded in using Omega to
I
shackle
beat
the
his
primal
ass
in the
up the
manner you
last time
propose,
I saw him.
what then would become of it? Do we not risk repeating the mistakes of the Allagans?
Your taxes are due. You know that? Your taxes are due.
Omega is but a tool. How we choose to employ that tool is entirely up to us. Of course, if you would rather leave it buried beneath Cartanau while you continue your petty squabbles above, then I suppose that is also your choice.
Spare us, Nero. The Seedseer's concern is a valid one. He who controls Omega wields the power of the gods, the very power which led the Allagans to destroy themselves.
And does it not fall to we engineers to prevent such misuse? What was your company's proud slogan? Freedom through technology?
How much longer are you talking? I want to get
A
something
creed
to eat.
you follow, is it?
Please.
What say you? Do we take this villain at his word?
I mean, what else can we do? We can beat his ass up again. I keep an eye on him. Maybe even two if I get the ones from Nidhogg.
As will I. I don't like it, but then it doesn't look like we have much choice. Would the Council be willing to entrust this matter to a pair of former Imperials?
Yes. The task of restoring the Allagan relic will be yours. But the responsibility for its reawakening must remain with the Council. Do we condone this course of action?
Aye. 'Twould seem we do. Let the record show that we invest this contingent with the authority to enter Cartanau and take command of Omega.
He seems
Sid,
very nice.
I appoint you leader of the expedition. Scions, I would ask that you assign some few of your number to escort Master Garland. And...
I'm so sorry.
We should be happy to oblige. The politics of Cartanau being what they are, I dare say our neutrality will prove useful in avoiding any unnecessary entanglements.
If I am not mistaken, Doma occupies a similarly neutral position. Might we not persuade you to join the expedition, Lady Yugiri? If you suspected any foul play from Nero, you would be welcome to kill him.
My blade is yours.
She's like, I don't like that dude, so absolutely.
Not a moment's hesitation, eh? You'll forgive me if I do not shake your hand.
I'm gonna throw up into his face. Okay, can I get something to eat now? Okay, good. Yes, okay. After you all convinced me, I'm gonna grab myself something to eat. I'm gonna eat and then we're gonna finish the story quest here. So, I'm also gonna grab something to drink. So, get yourself something as well. Be right back. We are back. I hope you all got yourself something to drink. I got myself my food, but probably I have to read now. Okay. Well, that was rather unexpected development, and one which raises a number of questions. Not least among them how Nero chanced to learn the council meeting in the first place. That's your biggest question, how we learned about our meeting? Sid and the others are assembling at the airship landing. Olisei is already on her way, and it would not do to lag too far behind. Let us be off. So, we need to go all the way there. This might be a bit too warm. To the airship dock I need to go, don't I? Is that where I'm going? Maybe? It is. Nix, also not ready to go. The others have stepped out onto the landing for a moment, lest you wonder. Nero insisted that he be allowed to inspect the Excelsior before boarding. And you let him? Despite his very timely offer of assistance? The thought of that man poking about instead of breaking up the ship without proper supervision does not fill me with confidence. Calm yourself, Alphanot. Your sister was adamant that he would never leave her side. She and Yugiri are... Ah, well, here they are now. Please be voiced. Alright, I think that's everyone. Shall I set course for Carta now? Might I ask that we delay our departure slightly? I require no more than a few hours at most. Our colleagues are studying the cocoon even as we speak, and I would hear the latest observations as we proceed. It would seem wise to gain as clear an understanding of the situation as possible before formulating our plan. Oh? I thought time was against us. How foolish of me. She's like, bombastic side-eye. Hold your tongue. When we want your opinion, we'll ask for it. Forgive me, my lady. I shall keep my counsel until such time as you have finished procrastinating. Alright, while Alphanor speaks of his colleagues, I shall fly the Excelsior over to Mordona, and we can reconnaissance the Rising Stones. My apologies for the trouble. I shall visit Ishtula and the others forthwith and join you as soon as I'm able. Next prayer company, I'll say back to the Rising Stones. I should feel safer knowing you are present to entertain our guest. Right, everyone heading to Mordona is welcome to travel aboard the Excelsior. I clear things with the girl at the counter here. Let her know when you're ready to leave. Come on, let me eat. Yes, we are ready to leave. I thought we were traveling. This was a lie. Not quite a door-to-door service, but I couldn't exactly enter in the Toll's main square. Shall we adjourn to the Rising Stone Stem? I could have just teleported there. Because that's what I'm gonna do now. Teleport there. I have carrots, some chicken, and potatoes. So very classic. I don't need to talk to Nero. Please have voiceover.
So these are the fabled headquarters of the Scions. I confess I would have expected an order of self-proclaimed warrior scholars to surround themselves with the fruits of man's enlightenment. And yet there's not so much as a single piece of magitech in sight. It never ceases to amaze me how primitive you Eorzeans truly are.
Wow. Bitch.
Oh, I'll have you know that the Rising Stones is home to the very latest in magitech innovation. Wedge calls it the Mark 14 Thermocoil Boil Master, and it's the finest kettle I've ever had the pleasure to own.
Like a water kettle?
We are returned.
I can't see that.
Well, Ida and I, at least. Ishtola and the others remain behind to continue their assessment of the binding magic.
There didn't seem much point staying just for that, so I decided to come
I
back
don't
without
know
me.
if that's a thing.
Papalimo bought us this time. We shouldn't waste it.
But I would be for a slap as well.
By your leave!
Good God, that voice could fell a gigas.
Who's that?
This is the Rising Stones, domicile of the Scions of the Seventh Dawn. I enter at the invitation of one Lord Urianger.
Oh. Oh.
I spy you there, Shadow Walker. You always were a hard one to find.
Yugiri, do you know this man?
Gosetsu, why are you come to Eorzea?
In search of you, Yugiri. For days and nights did I row across the angry sea. I made port in good spirits, only for my own flesh to betray me over the trifling matter of an empty belly. Collapsed in the street like an unfed stray I was, until Lord Urianger came to my aid. Over a most welcome meal, we spoke of the plight of Doma, and I learned of our displaced countrymen's work to resettle this blighted land. 'Twas blind fortune that I was able to locate you so swiftly. But now we must make ready to depart. Our master languishes in dire peril, and Doma calls her daughter home.
It is not so simple, Gosetsu. There are obligations which bind me here.
You refuse? Did you mislay your oath during your flight from our homeland? The laws of hospitality must be honored, but surely the vow to defend your master demands the Greater Obeisance.
I mean,
it is our master who bid me guide our people to safe haven by any means necessary. And it was the scions you see before you who provided us succor and sanctuary when all others refused. Dire peril or no, were I to return without first repaying such hospitality, our master would cut me down at the threshold.
Mayhap that is so.
There is more. A crisis threatens all within this realm, Eorzean and Doman alike, and I go to play my part in its resolution. I will not bring shame upon our liege by abandoning my people or my duty.
How very noble of you. Now, in the name of honor, kinship, and, yes, practicality, might I suggest we get this expedition underway? Or would you rather debate the finer points of duty and leave Omega to the Empire?
The Empire?
Do we know who the Empire is?
Against the curse of
Do we have like a picture of them in our mind? Or are they just like a threat?
Then why did you not say so? My blade is oath-bound to fall upon the ranks of the Imperials wheresoever they march. Lead on, Shadow Walker, and may the enemy tremble at our coming.
Nux, wait, could I speak to you for a moment? Do you remember when I had you meet me at the Diamond Forge and we ambushed you? Well, once we had your measurements, I set to work making you traveling outfit in my spare time. I've only just this moment finished the stitching, but I wanted you to have it before you left. What do I get? You can try it on right now if you like. Okay, curious. Dude! Oh my god! Adorable! Assuming we measured correctly, the fit should be just right. It's not but nude, not too small, if you know what I mean. So, how does it feel? You're not just saying that, are you? Oh, I can't tell you how much this means to me. To have crafted something worthy of the Warrior of Light well, let's just say it makes all the practice worthwhile. I also sewed in a blood pearl charm to, bring you home. May it always protect you. Cute. I'm gonna prism that so that I can glamour it. I hope I can prism it. Let me see. Can I prism that? Where are the things? I'm so confused. There. Was that the outfit? I think that was the outfit. I don't think I had foreskin, toadskin, velvet, infantry, troop, regard, red, outsider, brand new name. Okay, yeah, I think that was the outfit. Good. Talk to Ida. So we have to wake Omega up, right? When do we start? Ida, are you sure that's... I'm sure, yes. I won't lie and say I'm completely fine, but I feel a lot better if I'm doing something useful. Very well, I will remain here and continue coordinating our efforts with the Alliance. Alfinod, mayhap you could return to Gridania and assist Ishula and Krile? A fine suggestion. The rest of us will form the Cartino expedition party. Nero and I will focus on rosing Omega, while Nyx, Ida, and our demand friends take care of security. The Excelsior is by the lake just outside town. We'll leave as soon as everyone is ready. Where do I go? Just outside. I said, we haven't far to go. With any luck, we'll be in Cartino before Gusetsu graces the deck with his dinner. Once there, however, we had best be on our guard. Given that Eleanor Roalia was still active when Omega was discovered, we can be sure that the Empire has long been aware of its existence. And if Nero deemed it to be obvious solution to the threat posed by this primal, it's not impossible that Golemon might do the same. Have your weapons ready and your wits about you. Something else tells me we're flying into a fight. Okay. Can I finish my dinner?
Now, where was that? Ah. I've enabled the teleporter. One brief jump and we shall arrive in Omega's control room.
How convenient. You've been here before.
Of course. It was no easy task threading a path through all the skirmishes. But how could I ignore the existence of such a fascinating toy?
Trust? Aye. I trust your appetite for technology.
Oh.
I chased down a suspect airship, and who should I find but the traitor? Sit.
I clicked too fast, sorry.
Searching for something, engineer? Something big? It's close, isn't it? It's like all my name days have come at once.
For all the scouts the Empire could have sent. Take care of that brute, will you?
God damn it. Can't let Nero tinker around in there by himself. I'm sorry to leave you to it, but I dare say you'll manage without me. This clod has no idea who he's dealing with.
What a bitch. So I'm well fed, we can fight now.
I am Gosetsu, Samurai of Doma. You will rue your choice of opponent this day.
He's either going to be really good or just a laughing stock. Okay, we see you have a big hammer. Wow, good job. You should probably like clean your nose.
This one'll sting.
No retreat. No surrender.
Oh, it has so much HP. Holy shit. Oh, let me. Oh, that's me.
It's all over now.
Are they just gonna stand there? Okay, I guess.
Look upon a samurai!
But look at those around us, cheering everyone on.
You watching, Papalimo?
Your defense is lacking.
With soul and steel!
Now we have some enemies here to take care of. Oh, did you just kick them out?
Leave this to me.
Tis my right to strike!
This one'll sting.
Did he just say it's my right to strike? Like, yeah, sure it is, but it's also my right to, like, do you know, live?
No retreat. No surrender.
Like, staying alive is a basic human right. The consequences are so annoying today. Surrender, we have you outnumbered. Yeah, but I also killed more of you than you of us. Wouldn't be the first time. Yeah, put your weapon away mid-fight. Are you still playing with the soldiers? I suppose I can lend you one of my toys, but only if you promise to give it back. Same, like... What? Oh. Behold the Red Baroon, now end this nonsense. Should I go on it? What the? No one told me they have Megatech armor. Ugh, forward! For the Empire! The Arnolos curse thinks to abandon his men. I shall see that he shares their fate. Reattend to the rest of his minions. Alright. Hello.
It's all over now.
No retreat. No surrender.
I have you.
This one'll sting.
An opening.
I'm confused what these things are doing.
'Tis my right to strike!
No holding back!
Your defense is lacking.
Why is there a Colossus now?
Look upon a samurai of Doma!
That was very stupid.
You watching, Papalimo?
Leave
How
this
many
to me.
soldiers are there? Oh god.
With soul and steel!
Can you hit that?
It's all over now.
Oh, that one's already dead. Oh, that's also dead.
No retreat. No surrender.
I have you.
Oh, you mean the one I got from Tataru?
This one'll sting.
The one from Tataru was really cute, yes.
An opening.
How many of you are there?
Tis my right to strike.
Okay.
No holding back.
Oh, are we done? Okay, nice. Oh, they're just fleeing. Huh. Well, that's what you get. Why did I leave my cool mech though? Like, I could just fire on it with my cool mech, couldn't I? Oh, you think you can kill me now?
Your defense is lacking.
Well, I am truly sorry to bring this to you and your attention, but I'm pretty sure you are dead meat.
Look upon a
I mean,
samurai of
Ida and
Doma.
Yugiri are both for also point of dying. Like, I don't know, can someone maybe heal those guys?
You watching, Papalero?
Leave this to me.
I hope it's gonna die. To be honest, maybe I just spoke too hastily.
With soul and steel.
You know, why am I not in my mech?
It's all over now.
Seriously. I had a pretty cool mech. The mech was still alive. Why did I just decide to
No retreat. No surrender.
get out of it? It was a perfectly fine mech. It was like
I have you.
Oh god.
This one'll sting.
Where's timing? To need to. Oh god. Oh, get away, get away, get away. Oh, did we do it? Oh, thank you, thank you. Oh, he's just running away. Again, the apparently only thing he's good at is running away from his problems.